Welcome to moving the sample application to the cloud. In this lesson, you will learn the following things. Follow these steps to move the sample application to the cloud. Create an Oracle Developer Cloud Service project with an empty Git repository. Clone the empty repository to your machine. Download the sample project. Unzip it into the base directory of the cloned repository. Stage the files to be committed. Verify that the expected files were staged. Commit the staged files. Push the committed files to the remote repository. Verify that the project source files and folders are now in the cloud. Enter your identity domain, username, and password to sign in and access Oracle Developer Cloud Service. Use the URL you were given. Once you sign in, the welcome page displays. Click New Project to display the New Project dialog. Fill in the name of the project, example REST app was suggested, and a description. Select either private or shared to determine who can see the project. Shared means anyone can, private means only invited members can. Click Next. On the second page, in the template section, select Initial Repository and click Next. On the last page, select the Wiki markup language, or just use the default, in Project Properties, and select Empty Repository for the initial repository. Click Finish. The service provisions the project. Sometimes this takes a while, sometimes it's quite fast. Wait until all the modules have been provisioned. When provisioning completes, the project page is displayed. The recent activity feed on the left side of the page indicates that you created a project and the system created a hosted repository for the project. The repository section on the right side of the page shows the empty hosted repository. Click the link for your project's repository. Since your repository is empty, some helpful basic setup information is displayed. The Git commands are tailored to your project's repository and can be used for cloning the remote repository, adding files to the cloned repository, and committing files and folders to your cloned repository, and finally pushing any commits back to the remote repository. These are displayed. Copy the git clone command line, including the URL. Open a terminal window that has access to Git commands like a git bash terminal window. Go to the folder where you want the repository to be cloned to. Create a new folder if you need to. Paste the command you copied into the terminal window. This shows the cloning operation has completed. However, something happens first. The cloning operation will be interrupted and you'll be prompted for your Git credentials. These are the same as your cloud credentials. Enter your username and password, click OK, and the cloning will complete. List the contents of the directory where you wanted the project to be cloned to. There's a folder with the same name as the remote repository that was cloned. Change to that folder and list all files, including hidden files. That's what you use the -A option for. The folder is empty except for the .git file. Download the project zip file from the location indicated in the lesson, locate it, then expand it in the folder that contains the .git file where the repository was cloned. List the contents of the folder. This shows the sample application. Add all the files in the current folder. The -A option specifies all. Now all the project files are staged, they're in the working tree, and can be committed. Use git status to check that the list of files that would be committed match the list of files that you expect to commit. Commit the files and use the -M message option to add a commit message. If you don't, your system will pop up the default text editor and make you add a message using that tool. Using this option is the easiest way to do that. Push the committed files upstream to the remote repository. A new branch called master is created. Go back to the web interface and go to the project page. Look at the recent activity feed. You'll see a message that your commit succeeded and a branch was created. Go to the code page and click on the Files tab. The list of files and folders should match what you saw in your own system. Click on the Commits tab. Your commit is there. Click on the Branches tab. Your branch is there. In the Files tab, find the pom.xml file and click on it. It displays in the code window. Expand the SRC folder until you find the project source files. They are in there too. The push worked. Now you have the project you need for the next lesson. You should now be able to do the following things.